stand in this chat. You guys don't understand how difficult it actually is to be on camera 13 days straight.
Talk.
What's good?
To see you?
Good to see you too.
Did you know about this? It was a situation where it was a lose-lose. And of course, I'm going to get hate whether I keep him or I'm going to get hate whether I kick him.
Whoa, why are you so defensive?
I'm just...
All right, let's talk about it. So, Lacy's been experiencing a lot of burnout. He's been going through a lot of stuff with his subathon. He had the weird dude who said some weird shit about singing whenever he was up there, which I completely agree with him with what happened when he had the whole thing with his girlfriend coming in and his ex being there, or the girl he used to fool with being there. Again, I agree with him when it comes to all that as well, which I can explain all those points. But there's one point that I wanted to make that I think people are missing in all this. And I'm going to clear that up at the end. So just to catch up on what happened, one incident happened where he had a viewer, part of his community, come to the Faze house during the subathon. The dude said some weird stuff to Senya, I ain't gonna lie. It was something sexual, basically, that he said that wasn't cool with him saying that. I wasn't too mad at the dude because I'm like, he just fucked up. But at the end of the day, they sent him home because of it. Now, Lacy got some pushback on that because people are like, y'all said to sing it before, so we gonna see the big deal. But I think Lacy explained it perfectly whenever he was like, hey, it's different when your friends say it, and it's different when a stranger says it. Completely fine with that. Then there was another incident where they did a prank on him that was a little too far. They brought an ex-girl that he used to mess with while his girlfriend was there, and they all kind of just like had them sit together when he walked in. It was very embarrassing when he walked in and saw them two. I could tell his heart was racing. I could tell he was embarrassed. I could tell he didn't like that. So him freaking out about that was completely un. But there's one thing I wanted to mention that I think people are not mentioning in this, and that is, I think Lacy's gotten comfortable. Because one of his streams, he mentioned how he's feeling burned. He's like, this is probably like something he may not be able to finish. And, a lot of his audience are telling him to stop complaining. And saying like, Kai get 24 hours basically with no sleep, and he was able to get through it. Like, he's just being lazy and complaining. And I think the real thing is he's never really loved this the way y'all think he has. I think, and hear me out when I say this, I think now he's very he made a clear statement that I don't think a lot of people caught. And I think the statement that he made was that this was way easier last year. He was like, I didn't even feel it last year. Like, it wasn't that bad as last year, but this one sucks. And I think what it was is that during that time, last year, he was on the rise. So since he was on the rise, he's getting clout, he's getting money, he's seeing numbers that he's never seen before. All this stuff feels good to you. So you don't lose energy. You're like loving what you see in the moment. But, hold on. But I think now that he's comfortable, he's got his money, he's kind of settled, he's not worried about if he's going to pay rent. He's not worried about if he got enough bills, enough money to pay, his car bill or eat food or whatever. Like, he's not feeling like a loser, or he's not feeling like, still on the grind. He is settled in. He's making good money. Right now, he's just worried about maintaining his lifestyle and paying bills for like another creation that he wants to make. But the man's living a comfortable lifestyle. I think since he's comfortable, it just doesn't hit the same. Like, when you got work the same amount of hard work you get last time and you're comfortable, it's really hard, especially if you don't love it. And that's why people who succeed in this business, even when they're rich, is people who really love the game, or people who find out their why. You got somebody like a Gigi G who found his why. He wanted to impress people with his lifestyle. So he's always going to be working hard because he refused to not live the lifestyle that he wants. That's his why, which is why he could do content even when he don't feel like it. Then you got people like Kai Cenat, where he's just a creative. He just wanted to provide entertainment, whether he had money or not. He found something that he loved. That's why you see him, who's making stupid money, really can stop if he wants to, still going, still grinding. And there's many other examples. Like, there's people like Agent, who I think loves the game. Who's another person? People like Speed, who I think love the game. These are people who are still hitting new heights because they love the game. They just want to be on top. They got their why. They love the creative process of things, and they're always trying. Lacy just don't have that. I think Lacy was in it for the money, which there's nothing wrong with that. And he was in it for, like, he starts seeing that he got traction, and he just got there at the right time, at the right moment. Like, I don't think this was something that he saw himself doing, really, which is fine. But I just think that's where a lot of this fatigue is coming from. And it always goes back to that one boxer. I don't know his name, but I'm sure y'all will remind me. But the one boxer who says it's hard working hard or going up in satin sheets or in, silk pajamas. Which is true. Like, if you only did this to make the money, then once you got the money, what the hell I'm working hard for? Like, there's jobs that y'all working right now that y'all do not like doing. And once you done your hours, you go straight the hell home. You don't stay there an extra hour. I mean, some of y'all do. But you don't stay there an extra hour to try to, get some extra work in. You immediately clock out and go the fuck home because you like, I got enough money to pay what I need to pay. I got paid. I get what I need to do. I'm going home. This is the same concept with this. And this is why people always encourage people to do what they love because it can be hard doing this. But yeah, that's why I'm very curious on what y'all think. I'm sure y'all gonna tell me why I'm wrong. Also want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to the person who commented on my video. I really do appreciate you. His name, Worth Skydiver 7. And he said to my last video about Dan Clancy, viewership versus years, he don't mean bad. And what he was trying to say is that he don't think Dan Clancy meant any bad way that Kai Cenat should not be in the Mount Rushmore. I still completely disagree with you, even though I appreciate your comment. I'm going to tell you why. The reason why I disagree with your comment is because when I think of Mount Rushmore, I don't think about how many years they've been in the game. I don't think anybody thinks about that. I think people think about the pivotal moments that somebody did whenever they're in the era. Two people, I don't know everybody in the Mount Rushmore, but I know two of them. I believe George Washington is there. Who's in the Mount Rushmore? I can give me 1 second. Okay, so you got George Washington, which was basically the birth of the United States. He did the American Revolution and whooped ass. Then we got Thomas Jefferson, who basically helped with the growth of the nation. He founded the document declaring freedom for Britain, which was a Declaration of Independence. And then you got Theodore Roosevelt, who helped develop the United States. This is the progressive era. This is where but this is when policies were being made, and people were like policies on the land, basically. And then you got Abraham Lincoln, who basically abolished slavery, which changed America as a whole for that. Because we had segregation, now we start diversifying more. It was a lot more. So these are people who get pivotal moments that if they died the next day, they would still be important. So that's what I think of when I think of if we relate these to people like Adrian Ross. Adrian Ross brought a whole community of people who did not even fuck with Twitch. Remember, Twitch used to be Poggers community. That's what people remember it as. It went from that to people that I will feel like at my high school, whenever I went to high school, will be watching. When I went to high school, if somebody saw me watching Twitch, man, I would try to hide that shit. Nowadays, I know people who are going to school probably talking about Twitch because of people like Kai Cenat. He brought the industry to Twitch. You know what I'm saying? You got celebrities who are A-list celebrities coming on there because they're trying to get promo. Like, that's crazy. Then you got people like Speed who brought the IRL to streaming. You know, there was people doing IRL before that, but he was the one who made it switch where everybody was trying. Y'all gotta give respect when respect due, and I understand they are part of them out. Just because you old doesn't mean, just because you was in the game for a long time doesn't mean you deserve to be on Mount Rushmore. Nobody gets something pivotal. You gotta change the game in some type of way for us to respect you, and that's all I was saying. But y'all let me know what y'all think about the Lacy situation. Please comment below, because I might put you on the next video and try to debate you on it. Put my opinion out there. Peace.